Migration, when it's managed well and it's planned well, works well. We see that in the people who staff our hospitals and our care homes, those who are working on our building sites and on our buses, in our restaurants, our hotels, people working across the local services that we all depend on, entrepreneurs running businesses, employing people in our communities. And I am truly grateful for the contributions that so many of those people make to our society, our communities and our economy every single day. I'm also very conscious that some people who arrive here don't come by choice. They come because they are fleeing conflict, persecution or deep instability, and they come here seeking shelter and safety. But there's also another truth that people feel in their day-to-day lives. People feel that right now the pace and the scale of migration feels too fast in many communities. That's because services haven't kept up, decision-making hasn't kept up, and as a result, confidence in the system's ability to keep up has been shaken. People want a process that is firm, fair and credible, and a system that acts quickly. If someone has a legal right to be here, the department should make that decision quickly and support them to settle in well and to contribute positively to society. Equally, if someone does not have the legal right to remain here, the state must act promptly and deport them. This is how rules-based systems work in any functioning democracy. I want to acknowledge the work underway by government and the clear commitment, especially that shown in recent days and weeks, to strengthen our system, to make it more efficient and to ensure that decisions are made in a timely and a fair manner. But if we truly want to rebuild public trust and confidence in the system, we can't just talk about national policies. We need to focus local, because that's where policy becomes reality. Policy becomes real in communities. It's what makes or breaks a community's trust in our system. Alongside clear decisions, we need real community investment and we need practical support on the ground. Take my own community, for example. My constituency of Dublin Midwest, particularly in Saggart, but also in Lucan, Clondalkin, Bridis and Palmerstown, people have been really decent and compassionate. These communities have been patient, they have been fair, they have done their part. They have more than stepped up. And in return, they're asking for something very reasonable for the state to step up to. They want clear communication, they want proper planning and services that keeps pace with population growth. Joined up policy. They know better than any of us what the pressure points are and they know what supports are needed. And we can't just ask for their feedback and our ideas, we need to act on it and we need to respond to it. Before and since the horrific alleged assault of a young girl in City West and the outbreak of deplorable violence, I have been out speaking with local people, local business owners, service providers in Saggart, and I hear their frustration, their worry, their upset, but I also hear their compassion. The people I speak to don't want division. They don't want labels. They just want fairness. They want information. And Minister, that's the very least that they deserve. For months now, I've raised with you the need for permanent Gardaí for City West and Saggart. I've raised the need for stronger local supports, and I've been working closely with your engagement team. I've had meeting after meeting, call after call, met with residents groups on the ground, brought their feedback back to more meetings, more calls. Now we need to respond. Now we need to take action. We need a permanent increase in Garda visibility in Saggart and City West, as Councillor Shirley O'Hara and I have continued to advocate for. We need investment in amenities like St Mary's. We need to make sure that resources move in line with population growth. We don't have enough public health nurses in the area. We don't have enough SNAs in the area. We don't have any youth service. They're the kind of real services that we could deliver in the area in order to keep up with the pace in population growth. That's what the residents and the businesses and the education providers and the sports club that I'm engaging with want. It's a very reasonable ask of the Saggart Village Residents Association. No one's asking for things they don't deserve. No one's asking for special treatment. They're just asking for what's fair and just. Locally, people were absolutely appalled and frightened by the violence and the disruption brought to their community in these last few weeks. And Minister, they're still being impacted because the on-site gym and restaurant in City West still remain closed on foot of Garda advice. But over 3,000 paid-up gym members missing gym sessions. These are small things, but they matter to people's quality of life. They matter to morale. People just want to be heard on this. We need trust in the system maintained.